Every year near the small town of Churchill, Manitoba, polar bears gather to wait for the Hudson Bay to freeze over. When it's solid underfoot, the bears venture out to gorge themselves on seals to prepare for winter hibernation. But scientists say that with climate change, the freeze is coming later each year, and the bears are having to wait longer to feed. Polar Bears International Chief Scientist Dr. Stephen Amstrup says the bear is vulnerable.
Polar bears depend entirely on the sea ice surface to catch their prey, and a warmer world has less sea ice. So as the world warms increasingly, polar bears have a shorter and shorter time that they can spend out on the ice hunting, and unlike any other creature, they're dependent on a habitat that literally melts as the temperature rises.
And Amstrup says temperatures are rising and that polar bear numbers in the western Hudson Bay are declining.
You know, he's not a real young bear. This is a bear that could be actually past prime and on his way down.
This year, the bear's migration is being tracked not just by scientists, but also by philanthropic organisation Explore.org. Using what they call tundra buggies as platforms, a production crew is streaming live video images of the bears to their website whenever the light will allow it. PBI's Executive Vice President, Krista Wright, says the project is a powerful way to inspire people to care about polar bears and the Arctic.
People are coming to our website, gathering more information, which is really the end goal. It's great to look at polar bears on a camera, but the end point for us is for people to care about the polar bear and care about the changes and take action in their communities to make a difference in polar bears and the Arctic.
There are an estimated 20 to 25,000 polar bears worldwide. Dr. Amstrup says that while the climate data tells an alarming story, it is not too late to slow the trend.
One of our findings in the paper that we published last year in Nature was that the sea ice is entirely dependent on temperature rise, and that there is not a tipping point in the sea ice. So if we get our act together and mitigate greenhouse gas rise, there is plenty of time to save abundant habitats that will preserve polar bears into the future.
This year, Manitoba has been unseasonably warm. The ice is slowly forming, but the scientists say they are concerned that, like last year, it won't freeze completely until mid-December, nearly a month later than usual, and that the bears will just have to wait. Rob Muir, Reuters.